Hello, how's everyone doing today? I promised in my last stream that I would cover a few things related to WoW and the announcements that they had. If you have watched it, then if you can let me know what you think of what you saw down below, whether you liked what you heard, if you didn't like what you heard, things that they didn't say that you wish they did talk about, if you let me know down below. We're gonna cover a few things, mainly with the classic side, because that's what I'm more into, the classic side. I'm not too big of a fan of the retail at the moment. I'm on and off with the retail, but mostly the classic side. So what you're seeing right here is a roadmap. This is what they showed in the announcements. If you didn't watch the stream, they showed this off. As you can see from the top, so we start from the top, we've got Cataclysm Classic, which is what we have right now. So there's two more bits to become released in autumn and winter. Um, then they announced Mr. Pandaria Classic. I am not too bothered by it. I might stream it for content, like I'm doing currently with Cataclysm. I'm not too bothered about playing it off stream. I might just do it just for some fun, and hang out with you guys on stream. But they're releasing that in spring next year. Then we have some. Well, they're not releasing it in spring, I don't think. There's a pre-patch. Spring, summer, there's a pre-patch. Then the actual launch will be autumn, by the looks of it. If I'm reading that right, that's when it's going to be coming out. I'm guessing Cataclysm Classic will disappear, as did Lich King when Cataclysm came out. It just, I think it's what would make sense. Below, this is what I'm interested in, okay? So they announced coming out on the 21st of November, 2024. So in about a week's time, there will be the launch of a fresh server. And this is a fresh server for normal and hardcore versions of Classic that will come out in phases. As you can see, so you got phase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 6 phases, and then at the end, so winter, spring is TBC. So it's going to progress, basically, it's progressing into TBC, and then you can transfer your character. What I like to do is transfer a character and then keep that character there because that's my character, and then create a level 1 and level up. I just like to level through the expansions and experience the different feels of leveling. That's just something I like to do. But yeah, that's what's going to be happening with Classic. I'm looking forward to this. I'm hoping this is what I'm hoping to happen is TBC comes out, so it progresses into TBC, and they probably would do like another announcement around this time next year with a different roadmap, which will then go from TBC, and then at the end where TBC is now, it'll be a blue color and it will say Lich King. And then the Lich King will come out, and then hopefully it stays. I don't progress into Kata. With double Kata, we've had enough. Lich King comes out, progress through the phases of Lich King, and then it just becomes a permanent Lich King server. It's something I've been asking. If you've watched my streams, I keep asking for it. I miss having Lich King. I want it to come back, but I want it to come back to stay because I don't want to have the thing where people are like, well, I don't really want to play it because I want to progress through it. I'm gonna, well, this is like my mindset. I'm gonna progress through it, have all this, fun and everything, and then just like what's gonna happen, what happened to it last time, and what's gonna happen to Kata most likely now, where it'll just be deleted, gone. You know, I want it to be a permanent thing. So it makes sense to progress to TBC, and from TBC to Lich King, and then keep it there. Just hold it there, and then people can just have fun. Something else I don't play as much. I'm currently just playing through it now, just to kill some time until the fresh server. But Season of Discovery, so they've got the phase 5, 6, and 7. I'm not quite sure, because as you can see, it's all this empty space after phase 7, so I'm not quite sure what they're gonna do with the Season of Discovery halfway through the year, where it cuts off. I'm curious to see what they do. Whether or not a lot of people are going to play Season of Discovery now that there's a fresh server and Mr. Pandaria coming out, it's going to be quite heavily divided. Plus anything that's happening on retail. So we're going to see what's happening with that. But I'm excited. There's some other things I want to show. So we've got this, and then I've been reading through this. So we're going to go through this. So we've got realm sizes, and rule sets. So this is, you can read through it if you want. You can pause the video. I read through it. I'm just gonna go through a brief little. What I got from this is they are basically saying how realms are bigger than they used to be, but going from the classic fresh, they will be doing strictly one server per rule set, I think they call it, or version. Basically, one massive server for PvE, one massive server for PvP, one massive server for RP. So that's basically what they're saying in this little bit up here, which is great, because I was talking during the stream before I read all this. When I was watching the stream live, I was watching it with a friend of mine, and I was saying how what server should we go on, PvE or PvP? I said to him, PvE will allow you to just adventure without, being harassed by other people. Especially like late into the game where everyone's now 60, twinked out, ganking low levels just for the fun of it. It does make it a bit harder to level smoothly a new character in that situation, but that's just the point of PvP. Not that I agree with it, let the low levels enjoy their experience. I'm fine with similar level PvP. That's fine. If you want to gank at that level, go ahead. But it's when you got a level 10 being ganked by a 60, it's it's not fun. But that's what you sign up for, going onto a PvP server, whether you like it or not. But anyway, so I said if we do a PvE, that would be great. It's smooth, even though I do enjoy a bit of PvP. But my thought process was, if we do a PvE server, it will probably die out, and then the server that lives will be a PvP. But if they're doing one server per thing for one massive cluster, the PvE server might be okay to join, because there's just one of them and it's going to be massive. So I might do a PvE server with one character, maybe. And if it's not great, maybe go to a PvP, or just straight away go to a PvP. I'm still deciding. I do prefer PvE, but I'll have a think about it. But anyway, moving on. The Burning Crusade Classic. So this basically is talking about that the classic era will then progress to TBC. The hardcore obviously won't progress to TBC, I don't think, but the classic era will. Is there anything I missed with that one? I think I was just basically saying it's progressing. TBC, classic era content phases, visit back to the start. Yeah, okay. It's basically saying they're revisiting the expansion that came out, that they last saw in 2021, which is great. I'm hoping that then they move to Lich King, please, Blizzard, I beg. And then they go on about the hashtag no changes, hashtag changes. So they're basically saying they're gonna keep it as close to the classic vanilla experience as possible, but there will be a few changes, slight changes. For example, they are changing, like here, the Chrono Boon displacer. They're doing some changes with that, some graphic improvements with PvP side of things. But then they talk about a bit more here. So they're gonna be adding. They're basically saying how they've noticed people are using add-ons to look for groups, and they're basically gonna do their own in-game thing. Where I'm like, my opinion on this is it's great. It's not is it like dungeon? Yeah, it's not Dungeon Finder where you queue, you find a group, teleports you in the dungeon straight away. It's not that. I did see this. I don't know if it was in TBC, but I saw it in Classic Lich King, where you basically would look for a group. It was basically you list a group, saying you're doing this dungeon. You then message a person if you can join the group, and then it basically puts you in the group with the person. You still got to travel to that dungeon and get there yourself. It just helps you find the group a bit easier, which I am happy about. It's great. It's a change, but it doesn't affect the liveliness of traveling around Azeroth, where Dungeon Finder, if you're just spamming that, you're in the main city, spamming that, you Azeroth's basically a wasteland. You can't see anyone anywhere, basically. So this is good. And they're giving you options. It says just down here, if you have a look down here, they're talking about graphical things with the guild UI, where you can toggle it whether you want it classic or the newer version, which is good because you've got options. What other changes did they say they were going to make? I think it's mostly just the LFG, which I'm happy about. Are they? Okay, here as well. So they're going to add a separate channel specifically for advertising services such as portals, summons, and their buffs. So if you want a portal, say you found a group, but you can't be bothered to get from Stormwind to SM, you can search for someone to summon you, and that will be a thing. Obviously, a bit harder to find early in game because everyone's leveling. Not everyone's going to be just sat there strictly doing portals, but you never know. Someone might be. But yeah, that's a good thing. Separate channel for people that want to find that stuff. These are the changes that I do not have a problem with. It just helps make things run a lot more smoothly, helps the social aspect of the game, where if you're struggling to find a group because you're using the LFG chat and it's going like 100 miles per hour with all these people saying looking for groups, it just simplifies it. You can see a group, it will show, if it's like how it was in Lich King Classic, it will show what is in the group, so like tank, healer, DPS, and then what they're missing, obviously. So that is a good change. I'm happy about that. There's some things about hardcore. I'm not too much into the hardcore because I like to do stupid things and I die really quickly. So you can have a little read through this if you would like to for the hardcore side of things. Talking about Molten Core and Elixir, how they're going to, they don't want people to have, I guess, FOMO, like the fear of missing out, or if it's too late to join the game. So they're going to make it where you can take your time leveling. I mean, some people still might want to rush. That's up to them. I like to take my time. Sometimes I like to rush. It's a bit of a mixture. But they're saying about how the raids and stuff will not be there from launch. It's going to be a bit of a wait. Something else that's really good that they're doing is the transfers. So you cannot transfer your classic characters to the fresh. You have to start fresh, which is good because otherwise you have level 60s transfer to a PvP realm, killing low levels. So that's, I feel like this shouldn't have been a question of whether they would allow that, but at least they're clearing it up. I'm happy about that because, yeah, it would be stupid if they did. So they're keeping that away. They're bringing in what they did with Season of Discovery with the faction balance on PvP realms. It says realms, but it's just the one realm. They're doing one big PvP realm. But they're going to add that to it. So it will balance it, and then I think they lock it. Once it's balanced, it's locked. Or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. I know when I go on to the Season of Discovery realm list, there's a few of them that's locked, and I think that's because there's too many of something, or I don't know. I'm not sure the technical side of that. I just play on I'm currently just on Wild Growth, which is a PvE server. Just enjoying my time waiting for this fresh to come out. But again, this is, I think, a good idea that they're bringing to Classic Fresh is the balancing, because otherwise it's just not fun for everyone else. Now, this might make some people mad. I'm happy about this because I hate the whole GDKP thing. It just, like, I don't know, I just don't like it. I find it kind of puts me off the end game, get notifications from add-ons over here. It ruins the end game side of things for me because I just want to have a group go. I mean, you can still do it, but it's just harder when everyone's spamming GDKPs. So they're basically saying that they will still not be allowing GDKPs, which is amazing. I don't know if it's just Season of Discovery now. I think they're going to be adding this to the Fresh as well. Yeah, have a quick read through this. Anniversary realms. So I think, I'm not sure if this is still just Season of Discovery. Oh yeah, see, so they won't let it run in the anniversary realms, which is the fresh realms, which is good. So that's a win in my eyes. Most of the stuff that they've announced for Classic, to me, is a win. I'm happy with everything they've announced, everything I watched during the stream, and everything I'm reading right here. Because sometimes watching the stream, it's hard for them to explain everything, every questions they're gonna have, so they have to kind of clear it up in post, kind of like this, which is great. And again, go back to the roadmap. I'm excited. Being in the UK, it kind of sucks a little bit because this doesn't come out till 10 p.m. In the UK, but that's fine. I can wait. I mean, I have work that day anyway, and I'm working till 9 p.m. So that gives me time to come home, have food, and hop on. There'll probably be a massive queue, but that's okay. I'm just hoping to see this time next year a roadmap with a nice little blue bit down here, or if they're gonna make TBC a bit quicker, then Classic, a little blue bit around here somewhere, and have Lich King come back, go through the phases of Lich King, keep it permanent, so it's there to enjoy forever. That will make me happy. But again, as I said at the beginning, let me know what you think of when you watch the stream, or if you haven't watched the stream, what you've seen in post. or something I've covered in this video, let me know your opinions. You know, no opinion is wrong. Everyone has their own thing. Some people might be like, this is awful. I hate it. I don't want to go through the phases again. I've already done it once, or, whatever. Everyone's gonna have their own opinions. I like it. Let me know about yours. If you haven't already, please, if you could hit the thumbs up, the subscribe button. It's free, helps me out a bunch. It shows me that you guys are loving what I do. And I'm going to be playing it. I don't know if I'll stream it because I'm currently leveling through Cataclysm, and then I might do the Mr. Pandaria stuff, maybe. But we'll see. I'll either finish it off, or we'll start off with the classic. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.